Guys, you don't understand. This is the hardest video I've had to film. A little fly guy is floating in my Poland Spring. How dare you? What are you doing? Get a boat. I know why, but I'm just gonna pretend like I don't know why. Anyways, hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm very excited for you to be here. Today's video is about the retrogrades. We have a lot. We are in Cancer season officially, so everyone's definitely in what Drake calls in my feelings. Yeah. Feels heavy, huh?
I love mashed potatoes. Oh yeah?
Like you just all of a sudden get hit.
Uh-oh.
With this energetic wave, and you have to cope with it. So there is an explanation for this. You guys can be prepared and maybe come back to this video if you need it when we have the eclipses coming up. Just review and remind yourself that you're okay. No doubt the retrogrades pull us back. If you think of like a slingshot, when you let go of the slingshot, you either will hurt yourself or you will be hurting someone else. So that is what retrograde is to me. It's be careful what you play with. Stuff back there that maybe we haven't resolved, we haven't looked at, and we maybe don't even want to look at, but the universe pushes us so we do look at it. It weighs on us and it carries on with us throughout life. So if we don't feel that and acknowledge it, it's always going to be tagging along like it's a game. The whole point of going back is to fix it so you don't think about it anymore, if that makes sense. I will also be talking about each retrograde because we have 6 specifically in the month of July. This is just adding up to the pressure. It's for sure boiling. We're boiling, I'm boiling. Okay, it's hot as balls in this room right now. Keep in mind, every single sign is going through this. Retrogrades are not scary. They shouldn't be scary. You should be prepared. And I'm not gonna lie to you, once those eclipses make their way in, it's like entering a war zone. We need transformations. We go through transformations every single day. From the minute you wake up to the minute you go to bed, there is a little piece of you that dies and a little piece of you that grows. But I think when you look at the sky up there, you're just in awe of what it could be like and what it's actually controlling. We have planets that includes the sun. I can't be the one to deny that they don't have an effect on us. The mockery is just not, like, I'm not feeling it. Astrology is more than that. But of course you can pray, you can meditate, you can write, you can use your crystals, you can read tarot, do whatever you feel clicks with your soul and just go with that, because at the end of the day you're alone in your room with your emotions and nobody understands you, and I don't think anybody can understand themselves if they don't find some hope in something, whatever that may be. The cardinal signs right now are going through it, quieting their demeanor, but they're raging inside. There is so many secrets that they're bottling up. Retrograde is going to push that on you. You know, open up this heart chakra of yours and really look at what's going on. It's important that you don't just do and put on this mask for people and not acknowledge what's boiling under the surface. Cardinal signs start off the seasons because they're the first ones putting their foot down and stepping into the muck, trying to open the pathway for everybody else. The fixed signs have this cool, nonchalant demeanor that they're projecting onto everybody, but that's not the case. The retrogrades are making them very angry. The way that they're handling the retrograde is kind of just like smiling through it, but at any second they could lash out at you. So just be careful, fixed signs, because this isn't what you should be doing. It's a testing period. You need to be able to understand that this is a test and you must take the test in order for you to pass. Repeat to yourself if you need what you have to do. And lastly, we have the mutable signs. They're able to fit into any situation and feel their way through it by blending in. All the mutable signs end the season just as the cardinal signs started up, and the mutable signs are also going backwards. but they're going way more back. They are on the very bounce of the wave, and it's rocking them back and forth, and they have no other choice but to fix the past mistakes. So I think mutable signs are just, they're being really hard on themselves mentally. The fixed signs are being really hard on themselves, like with expressing themselves. The throat chakras really closing up. The cardinal signs really have to focus on their heart and connecting it with their mind, so it's in balance. So I am a human being, and I do deal with the retrograde. From my point of view, retrograde so far has made me turn into a bitch. I don't feel proud that I've been lashing out at my loved ones, and some things that have triggered me lately is I'm like being asked questions that are not thoroughly thought about, and then when I give them the answer, it's still questions, so I'm just like, why bother even asking me, you know, that type of shit. And what else? I feel like people are pulling me from one arm and like another limb, and there is just no peace, you know? It's like they're fighting over parts of me and not allowing me to breathe. So I can't even express like what I'm feeling. All that is coming out is anger. It's not that I want to be left alone, I just don't want to be asked for. You know, like I don't want someone to be like, oh, where is she? Like, don't. And additionally to that, I'm getting messages from just things surfacing, and I don't want to deal with it. You know what it is? I don't want to see signs right now. I don't want to know is the best way that I can explain what these shifts are doing to me, but I know that I have to know. You can't deny that you're feeling much more anxious, much more like you have to make a decision. You have to do it. Like, now is the time to do it. It's just giving me that like feeling of like Scorpio season. At any moment there could be drama. At any moment you could be questioning and debating whether or not you should go for something or not. So let's talk about Mars retrograde, all about the head. It's in Aquarius until August 27th. So we have about, you know, 60 to 62 days of this energy. It's not something that's easily ignored. So when Mars is in Aquarius, it's this push and pull of think about it, do it, think about it, do it, think about it, do it. There's stumbling of words, there's not remembering certain things. What is the end result? It's frustration and it's lashing out. Keep in mind that Aquarius is aloof. They don't like to keep thinking about things that are going to set them back. And if you do lash out, you want to be able to survive this. So the best thing that you could do is apologize. Don't be afraid to apologize, because that's so easy to say, I'm sorry. Really think about what you're gonna say before you say it, so you don't hurt anybody. What I love about the retrogrades, even people who don't believe in astrology come to acknowledge that Mercury retrograde in some aspect could be real, especially because we deal with Mercury retrograde quite often. It's the one that's very well known. It makes sense for communication to be off. Our living and breathing is communication. We thrive as human beings to communicate. I needed this video. I know you needed this video. We're gonna do this together. We're gonna get through it together. Next we have Saturn in Capricorn. This started in April and it will end in September. This is its sign. You know, it's in its sign. It's really just bringing out its true nature, which is responsibility. The Jupiter retrograde is unfolding all the mystery. And then Saturn in Capricorn it's conquering the fears that you're feeling, making you work to deal with them. So what you do to survive this retrograde is very quite clear. It's your chance to ask for help, because one thing that Saturnian energy doesn't quite often do is ask for help. It's very, very lonely. You are creating your business plan, your life plan all over again, and you have to be prepared for that. So next is Neptune, and in its sign as well, being that it is Pisces, dreams will be activated. You might feel like you aren't getting enough sleep, so don't get mad at your dreams, don't get mad at your fantasies, do not get mad at yourself when you are allowing yourself to float. Write down what you're seeing, try to make sense of it, even if it feels like it doesn't make any sense at all. Just try to stay away from numbing yourself. Because if you think about it, if Piscean energy constantly numbs themselves, what's going to happen to the emotions and thoughts? It takes over them. It completely overrides their entire being and they shut down. They feel like they should be shutting down. It should be happening. So how do you survive this? You make a set routine. Tap into the opposite sign energy of Virgo, which essentially all you're doing is creating a meaningful day for yourself. You want to heal yourself. But also when Neptune retrogrades, it forces you to heal. I don't think there's anything better than having a dream or another dimension, another realm, other than this one, other than reality, telling you and guiding you to what you need to say, where you need to be going. We have Pluto retrograde. This one everyone was a little scared for because Pluto is known for their transformations, but it also can give you power. With power comes responsibility, right? Pluto retrograded in April and it will end in October. So this gives you some time to feel your power. You know, change your style, make sure that you're really pushing yourself, pushing your boundaries. But when these go retrograde, it will take your power. It will mold you the way that it feels it should, whether that's breaking you down or making you feel like you can't trust anybody, especially when it's in Capricorn. We feel like we need to manipulate in order to win the game. This isn't a good place for Pluto to be. You are in a sense hiding who you really are. So easy to lose control with Pluto and Capricorn. So how do we survive Pluto retrograde? If you are not getting the success you deserve, or the acknowledgement, or the love, or the friendship, whatever it may be, don't use that as an excuse to put yourself in situations where you do not need to be. Uranus retrograde. It shook everyone. Well, it did start in August of 2017. I find it so cinematic because I remember that date very, very clearly, and I had to deal with so many unresolved issues at that time as well. And it created so much anxiety up until this day. It's like you're rejecting the change altogether because Uranus thrives on change. Aquarius is a sign of friendship. It does affect your social life. Uranus retrograding makes you look at everyone in a different light. I'm sure a lot of people's friend groups change so much, like drastically, to the point where you're like, wow, I didn't think I would lose that person. I didn't think that I would be questioning the people around me that, you know, I really work towards, that I manifested to be in my life. So in order to not be affected by Uranus retrograde, get out there and make yourself known to who you're dealing with. You want as many hands as possible, you know, so your that gut can react. And the more experiences you have with others, it will become so much easier for you to establish, oh, that person wasn't meant for me, or that situation wasn't the right one. And that is it, guys. I hope that this video helped you, because, you know, with all this information, it's like, which one do I focus on? Just focus on the one that your gut is like, yeah, that's what I need to be focusing on. That's what resonates with me the most. Like I said before, all of it is coming to you at once, kind of like getting the bills and you don't know how all of this piled up, but it piles up and you gotta pay those bills. So the retrogrades aren't to blame, you aren't to blame, but if you haven't fixed the problem or looked at it, you know, the bills will keep piling up. And with that, I hope you guys have a good day, night, wherever you are in the world, and I will see you guys very, very soon. This alien is out, and I will see you guys later.